Okay, so let's begin. Can you guys see my screen, week 1 curriculum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect, thank you. So week 1 curriculum to build classroom culture. Let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so how can we create a positive classroom culture online? So first thing is create new class norms with the students. So on my next slide, I'm gonna show you the piece of the syllabus that I highlighted for you to change. So like on the first day of class, acknowledge, you know, the environment, and then we're thinking if you together with the students, right, create class norms, they can feel valued, they can feel like they're part of the class, and maybe they can come up with something we wouldn't think of. And then you can import their, you know, what you all agree into your syllabus. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to talk about integrating lessons on study skills, self-regulation, and purpose. And then communicate constantly. Oops, sorry about that. Communicate constantly with the students. And then foster student-student interaction. Use Jamboard for group collaboration. This is the thing. Student-to-student interaction is crucial in learning. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from the UC Berkeley Learning Center, was that the most learning happens when a student is helping another or discussing with another student. And so Kate and I looked for ways for that to happen, because Nearpod, you are working individually with the student. So there isn't a lot of student-student interaction. So Jamboard is the only one we could find. There might be someone, I think, put one up in the chat, a different name, that seems like there's another version of that where all students can gather in groups and work together. Okay, so this is a picture of the syllabus, the section that I'm talking about. I highlighted it like this. It's about in the middle of the syllabus on the first page. It says, our approach will be collaborative and we need some class norms. I highly suggest you erase these maybe, or you make space to add some more and have the discussion with the students on what they think this new online environment, what kind of norms we need to respect each other to be able to talk openly. And then that's a nice way to open up the first day of class, is talking about the syllabus. Then integrating lessons on study skills. So this is something that I want to share. A lot of my students, I noticed, didn't know how to study. When we would sit down and say, well, what are you studying? And what they would say to me is like, oh, I did all my homework. I went to the lab for 2 hours. And I said, okay, can you show me exactly what you did? And they would say, that's all I did. I just went to the lab, I asked questions, and did my homework. And so I thought, you know what, there's something missing. They are not seeing the cycle of what it means to learn, which is, and here I picked this out, I think this is really good. This is also from UC Berkeley, is a lot of times they don't preview when they come to class. And you know, if they have time, that adds to what they're learning. And obviously attending, which is going to be even more crucial now, students have to attend class. And then review. If there's something that you did not understand, you need to review it, and hopefully right after class. It can fill in the gaps. And then I share with my students, I remember being in college and organic chemistry to me was so difficult, but I needed to get it done. And I would spend time by myself. I'd leave the classroom, get into a room and just reread and get something more, you know, when I was confused. Then study. It has to be focused. It has to be continuous. Studying isn't just the day before the test, right? So, and then this one was big, checking. A lot of times you know, especially when we're discussing about studying, I said, well, did you test yourself? And they look at me like what am I talking about? And I said, how do you know you know? You asked the tutor for help. You asked me for help. How do you know now? You need to check. That's part of your study cycle. You get the help you need, and then there has to be a phase when you know, I still don't get it, or I do have it. And I said, you have so many problems worked out in your workbook that you could cover and check. So what would I use this for? I did this, I made sure you don't talk too long on this stuff because you can lose them. So I would only make this talk about 5 to 10 minutes, but I did it every time a week before the test to remind them, look, I know that part of the problem isn't just the math, it's what you are doing to prepare. So I would just keep bombarding them with this and ask, what's your plan to study? What are you doing? So that leads me into this part here, which is how to do a focused study plan. If our students are working and they have to babysit and they have to go to class, they actually need to plan time to study. They have to think ahead. Even if they don't have a planner where they're writing everything, you can't force that. You know, some people don't work that way, but think, oh, well, I have my schedule for work. Maybe I can cut a couple of hours because I need to put some time into this. Look at the cycle here. This is how you really do a focused study. It has to come with a plan. Today I'm going to cover lesson 1, or today I'm going to really learn how to factor. You know, have some idea of what you're going to study. Do the studying, take breaks, review what you studied, and then choose. Do I need to do this study again? Do I need to switch up? This again would be part of that conversation right before exams, which I'm considering 1 week before. So I said, okay, it's 1 week, guys, before the test. Let's talk about what your plans are. How are you going to get this studying done? Next, communication. So the first part, I said, send test reminders and give study skill lessons 1 week before each test. That's what I just talked about. So I would start with that.
Yeah. Can you go back to that chart, please?
Sure.
Just for a second.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And I will give this to you as well.
Okay, thank you.
I will give
go
this
ahead.
to you. This is in one sheet.
Okay, go ahead.
And then now that you brought me back, this is a good thing. I really saw the appreciation. And this is what I mean. I didn't have to go over this. I'm there to teach you mathematics. But I can see that bringing up that I understand that maybe you did not have all of this understood when you came here, but I care enough to spend my time, give you these materials, hand them to you, hoping that you will use them. And I mean, in the rapport with the students, the relationship, I can see they soften up, they share more, they're more appreciative. Okay. So here we are. Those test reminders and going over study skills I did before every exam and in the beginning, excuse me, the beginning day, the first day of class. Excuse me. Now, something totally different. Alex. Your students are going to be working with Alex, and the way I succeeded in getting so many students to advance during the summer was using the sort function in Alex in the following manner. The student that I had students that were ambitious. They wanted to go through it quickly. They were one group. They were the students that were MIA, I called them, nothing. They wouldn't appear at all doing any work. I would have the poor students who worked 80 hours and progressed this little. And then you have those working at the pace of your schedule. So they were messaged differently. The ones that are ambitious get a different kind of praise. The ones that are MIA, maybe they would get phone calls. Where are you? The ones that are working right on, you said, good, keep it going. Maybe you can go a little bit faster, something like that. And those, the ones I felt the worst for, which the ones that were spending so much time and yet progressing very little, I would say, you know, I'm so proud of you spending so much time. What can I do? Can I help you? What's going on? It's taking you so many hours. Please keep the persistence, but what can I do for you? So in doing that, the ones that got the praise for going fast felt so good about themselves and they kept going. I would catch the ones that disappeared by calling them. They would finally show up. Not everybody, but you know, I'd get enough, some productivity there. And then by doing that, everyone got the kind of more personal email from me than, hello class, make sure you do your work class, you know, when everyone's in a different place. But what I would do with the whole class is this. Everybody, we have 10 students who passed to this point. Wow, I'm so excited to build a community. You see, when I would email everyone a blast, it was to give like an update on their classmates, but without names, but just to praise those that have gone on and come on, you guys can catch them and things like that. And it would be contagious, the wanting to get things done. And I think my most successful summer, I had 60% of students move on to one level in math. My colleagues had about 30%, but I was exhausted when it came to picking what emails to send, what group of students, sharing everything with everyone. And I think that to me was why the success in those summers was as great as it was, is taking the time to not just throw these huge emails out to 500 students saying things in general terms, right? Okay, so the next part is something that you have that I don't. You can call parents, you can email parents. I can only speak to a student and the student's advisor. And that would be my outlet. When I called someone and they wouldn't communicate back, I'd say, advisor, can you try to find the student? That's the only avenue that I have. You now have a parent. If you want to have most of your students succeed, you need to go through these avenues. And I'm sure you have more experience with that than I do. So I'm not going to talk much on it. I'm just pointing out that I didn't have that. And since you have it, use it to your advantage. Try to see if you can communicate them, get them involved, because the more people that support a student, the more they can achieve, right? And then I put here, make yourself available to listen to student and parent struggles and be as supportive as possible. These times, so many things are going on. Last spring, there were students that were doing well, had an A in my class that just disappeared. And I tried to get them to come back. What's going on? We gave them a link to free internet. And, someone said, I'm going to try. And I don't know really what happened to them. There was like a group of 3 of them that I was so sad for. I mean, they were doing so well, but their family life must be was weighing on them so much, I imagine, that they just could not come back. So that's something that I think is really important, is to be as supportive and listen as much as possible. And like I said, Kate and I, we looked. And this is the only whiteboard we came up with that does the job of grouping students. They work together and we can look at their work, on one site by scrolling. And this is why we're trying to sell this to you, even though we're making no money, is that we believe that this is one answer to having students work together, okay? And this is what I do want to say. Student-student interactions improve student performance. And then I picked this quote from this study because when I was working with UC Berkeley, this was a big debate, very big debate. How can my students, sometimes they don't know what they're talking about, and then they explain it to the other student all wrong. This is going to be a mess. I don't agree with this. So we really fleshed this out. And we came to the understanding that when a student has to explain to another student, they have to reorganize their thoughts. Many times they try and they stop, and then they have to organize how they're going to say it again. And then at that moment, they realize, oh, I don't really get it, obviously. I can't, it could be a verbal thing, but sometimes they really don't know it. Or sometimes they do, but they have to reword what they're saying to get it across. That struggle equals metacognitive improvement. They're able to develop not only communication skills, but the understanding of when they understand and when they don't understand. And the key that we came out after doing that year together was that you have to be still in charge. You still have to watch them, or walk around. When this was in live class, we would walk around to listen. And when somebody was explaining something wrong, you're aware, and maybe you can drop a hint, or you can move the conversation in a better direction. And if you see everyone's confused, well, of course you're going to clarify. But it doesn't take away from what benefits you get from them interacting. And the studies show that the highest level of learning is done when students can explain to another student the concept. So we cannot erase that from what we're doing. I think it's extremely important. And so that's why what I'm going to do today is going to be very much Google Jamboard centric. I'm going to use the week 1 curriculum, but we're going to be Jamboarding. Okay. Any questions, anybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just how do you, I know that you will be using it, but I haven't used it before. How do you incorporate it? How does it work, the Jamboard?
Okay, so you go to Google. You have a Google account?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to Google and you have Drive. They give you a lot of options, a lot of app options. There is one with a J, a yellow J, that I'll show you in a minute, and it's called Jamboard. You open it and you have it. It'll be saved. You can name it. You can drop in pictures of, like, actually, it actually works better. If you, let's say, want to go over a problem for the students and use the Jamboard, make a picture and drop it in. And you can move it around, you can enlarge it, and then the students get a link to come in and work. But you as the creator, you just create it on your Google Drive.
Okay.
Okay. And then so I'll show you both versions, how it looks for us, me as a teacher and you, and then how it looks for the student. You're going to practice being the student.
Otilia, how does
Yes.
Jamboard work with, for example, let's say you said Jamboard. So now I am teaching a lesson. How does Jamboard come in? How do I put it in Schoology when I am explaining a lesson, when I am sharing my whiteboard with the students?
Okay, you will not be using that whiteboard. The whiteboard becomes the Jamboard. The students have to receive a link from you, and you could put the link embedded in Schoology, and they could just click it.
What is that link? I don't know the link.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you that. Anybody else have a question?
So
yes.
If I will use a Nearpod, and then in the Nearpod I can do the link for the Jamboard?
Yes, you can place it in there so students can open it.
Okay.
Okay, it could be put in an email, in a chat. You know, we prefer chat because everybody's live Zooming and they can just see it right there and click. So that's my preference, is to put it in the chat, because you have to create different Jamboards, right? Different lessons will have a different whiteboard. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, we haven't used it at all, like August said. Can you just show us, like a novice, a beginner, how do you start?
Okay, how do you start? Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm going to do. I am very flexible, so I will go ahead and just show you how to do this. Okay, so this is my Google Drive. Okay, does that look familiar, or do you want me to go one step before?
That's okay.
That's okay. Okay, so here's my Google Drive, and then I'm going to come to the app, and I'm going to, you see how you have all these options? I'm going to click Jamboard option. You see that?
Let me see. I'm being blocked by.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can minimize it.
Yeah, minimize the Zoom part and look at my screen.
Okay.
So I'm going over how to create your own Jamboard then.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so here we are. Here's the screen right here where you see all of these little dots are the Google apps. So we're going to click and we're going to choose Jamboard.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to click it. So here are all of mine, but I'm going to make a new one, right? So let's see, these are recent gems. You see this plus sign at the bottom? This orange circle?
Yes. Where I can't see it.
Right here.
Yes.
The right bottom.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you see it, Aka, or no?
I got carried away.
The bottom right.
Yeah, I saw it, but.
Okay. So I'm waiting for everybody to be good. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If for the first time user, you still see this plus sign there?
Yes, you will.
Okay, thank you.
You have no, you see all of my Jamboards, it would be blank for you, but you still have a plus.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and I'm showing you the desktop laptop version of doing this. If you have an
Okay.
iPad, you can do it differently. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
click plus.
Okay.
There we go. Brand new jam.
Okay.
I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna name it.
Mhm.
Let's see, Happy Jam. Anything you want. Whether you want the name of the lesson, anything you want. You saw all I did is click up and I get to name anything I want.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm ready to begin. Now you have, if you do not have an iPad, the best option for you is to make pictures of problems. Okay, so you would go and you know how to do a screenshot, right? Everybody in your computer has a different way of screenshotting, and then you click here. I'll show you, drag image, and then you can put it in. So let me see if I have an image to use. This was not planned, so give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So I'm going to take, let's see, problem of the week. This is not what we're doing, but let's say I wanted them to work on this problem. I'm going to make a screenshot. Now, screenshots are different on different computers, so I can't help you with that. But figure out how to screenshot. So I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to drag it in there. Okay, so let me find where it went. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to come in. I took a screenshot just right now with you. And now it's uploading. And then, oops, it got highlighted. Okay, that's the question I want to talk about, or I want the students to work on. Okay, so let's pretend this is what I want. And I have 30 students. I want to make 5 groups. This is what I do. I click the top and I start to duplicate the same question for each group. So you do this ahead of time, right? So you duplicate, I have 4 copies, 5 groups, I'll do 5 copies. There, there's my question. There, I made 5 copies. So when you're in your Zoom meeting, make 5 groups. And you say group 1, tab 1. Group 2 works in tab 2. And you see what you can see, everybody working. You will have different members here match the tab with the group number from Zoom. Okay, and then let's say you want now for your students to work, that link that you guys are asking me, this is how you find it. Go to share. And then you go to get link and click on this and make them an editor. If you put view only, they can only see. You make this, you change this to editor, and there's the link. You see it appeared? This thing in green is the link. And I click copy. And then I put it in the chat. So why don't I put it in our chat? Let's see. Come down here. Let me get to the chat. Okay. Now,
and what link is that?
That won't let the student
come.
There we go. I put it in the chat. That's for the students to go there. You see, so I put it in the chat. I said, everybody, I'm about to break out in rooms. Get ready. I'm making 5 groups. Pay attention to your group number and hit the link and go meet in that tab. You see, and then so you're done here, and students will start to appear in each one of these tabs. And then as a teacher, you're watching me as a teacher, we can see what everybody's doing, you see? And so if you want to, you can try to go in as a student now. You can see my screen will be the teacher view. And then if you click the link, you can be like a student. Okay, so you can pick one of those tabs to work in. And then you guys are not in breakout rooms, but that's essentially what we're gonna do in a minute, is I'm gonna group you so you can go to the groups, but you see the neat things that you can do? So the idea would be for you to prepare the Jamboard and then let the students work and talk and discuss and be together.
Now, what if you have the iPad right now? What's the difference?
The iPad lets you write like a pro. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. That's what the most important thing about the iPad is, you get more You see how here you have a laser, so you can say, everybody, look at this, and it disappears. You see, you have a laser available. When you have an iPad, you have stickers for good work. You have a little bit more functionality for the little details, but it's not going to end the writing. The biggest thing for me is you can write very nicely.
Right, yeah. I have an iPad actually. I did that through the Zoom last spring.
Do you have a pencil?
Yes, I have I bought the Apple Pencil, yes.
Oh, beautiful. So then I'm gonna be using that right now with the Jamboards I created for you guys. But what you're seeing now is, what you're able to do as a teacher or as a student, because now you're able to edit it. Okay. Any questions right now? So this, all I went up is the setup of Jamboard. Does everybody kind of get the setup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Would you like me to send you a little PDF with instructions maybe?
Yeah, that would be good.
Please.
Excuse me, Otelia.
Yes.
So when we are doing this, can you see our name?
Yes. Well, right now it shows me anonymous dragon, anonymous duck. It kind of does it like this, but I'm going to show you what helps with the names when I do the presentation. I was going to show you with that. But yeah, normally I only see this kind of thing. What the names are sorted in the Zoom, who's in each group.
Okay.
You'll see participants, and now you'll know who's in what group, who's in another group, like that.
So can
You
you
see our
share
contribution,
this?
individual contribution on the, let's say, sticky notes. You see who made the specific sticky note?
No, I don't. You don't get to see who did it, but the purpose is for you to be going through and talking with them, right? It's not to let them go bye-bye, and you go take a break or something. This is more something that you're going tab to tab. Okay, what's going on? And you can see the names. What's going on, Margarita, what are you doing? You're supposed to go in there and talk to them, view, kind of monitor basically the rooms. So.
Okay, question, Otelia.
Yes.
So as you've created the Jamboard, how do you know which members will be in each group? Does it sync with Zoom?
No, they have to go to the right tab. So this is what happens. You'll experience it when I move you guys, but you click breakout room, and you can arrange them by student if you want. I usually do random. And then right then it says breakout room 1, breakout room 2, 3, 4, 5, however many. And so the student is asked, will you join group 1? And they click 1, but you have to tell them ahead of time on the Jamboard, meet on Jamboard 1. Group 1, Jamboard tab 1. Group 2 must go to tab 2, work there.
Okay.
Group 3, etc. So you do have to explain that very carefully.
Okay.
But you'll see, how kids are, they learn like this. So pretty soon they know where they got to go, which tab, and it won't be an issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. Can we use this as a group in the Jamboard, but we will not do it in a breakout room? Is still working in a group in the Jamboard?
Yeah, if you want to. If you want everyone in one, well, that's what you have to tell everybody is, let's all go to this Jamboard and I'll work on the first page or the first tab.
No, what I mean is I will not break out the room, but still they will be working in groups in these pages in the Jamboard.
Yeah, you can do that. It's just they have to go to the link to do the work.
Thank you.
Okay, so any questions about creating your own for your class Jamboard?
Yeah, by the time you got to share, what did you do next after you clicked share?
Share, I would take that link and put it in our chat like I did for us. You see how I put it in the chat? I put it right there and say, everybody go to the link, and everybody opens the chat and goes. Anybody else?
So once you say you give each group 5 minutes to work on the problem, and how do you wrap up? Did you just go over their work for individual group, or you just everybody go back to the Zoom and then you explain to the whole class?
When I show you what I wanted to show you, I'm going over that then. Okay, so right
Okay.
now it's just creating, because this I wasn't planning, but I see how important it was to show you. So is everybody clear enough on how to create their own?
Yeah.
And practice makes things better, right? So if you mess around with it when you go home, you'll see that it's not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of this and let's start talking about the week 1 curriculum, and then I will tell you what I suggest as far as what we're using. Okay, so let me get off of here, and then now I'm going to go into my iPad. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to share a new screen. Okay, share.
Hi, everybody. Just while Otilia's sharing her new screen, I'm snooping in on your session.
Oh, okay.
Everybody okay?
Let's see. Go ahead, I'm about to share screen. Okay, there we are. We did a little detour, Kate, but I think it was for the good of all. We went over how to actually make your own Jamboard, just from scratch with a computer. So now we're barely getting into our week 1 curriculum, but I think that was useful to do that. Okay, everybody, so this is, excuse me, the lesson plan for week 1 that Peter Berlin put together. And so I'm looking at it with you. You guys see my screen? Yes? Okay, I see it. Okay, so I put a huge asterisk on create community in the classroom. That's what the purpose of this week 1 curriculum is. It's not to get into any of the math yet. It's about having fun together, getting to know each other. And a lot of these problems are not non-mathematical, really. There's things that you don't need a lot of tools to be able to work on. It just gives them a chance to talk and work together and things like that, okay? So what he did at first is he put the 8 mathematical standards of practice, just for your information. I'm sure you know these already. And then he partitioned everything by day. Which ones he says you should do day 1 if possible, day 2, and they progress in difficulty, okay, somewhat, so that's a good thing. Categories game is fun, 99 is fun, spaceship, it's a lot of dialogue, really nice stuff. I really like what he did with this. So you got this. What I'm scrolling through is what you received in the email, and it's also in Schoology. It gives you all of the work, what you should do. In red, we put the answers. It's basically your, little packet on what to expect, he even did this. Oh, I thought this was neat. It just reminded me of something. He labels what practice you're working on. So he says, team building activity is spaceship, and you're hitting mathematical practice 1 and 3. It was really, really nice when it came to describing what tools you'll be using for day 2, day 1. Okay, so you're going to be given this. What I want to do now is go to what I did for you as far as switching into virtual mode. I made for each of you Jamboards for all of these that you're welcome to use. So I pre-made them, and what you will see is by game, I gave you the link for you to copy. So you won't be messing with my Jamboard, but you'll be making your own. It'll prompt you to copy it, and it's done. Okay, and then you're gonna see what a few of them look like with me in the time that we have left. And so there it goes. You'll see the categories game, day 2, and I said Jamboard link. Problem 99, this one here, problem 99, here is meant for you to lead it, for you to do it on your own Jamboard or the whiteboard. So you have no link. But as we go through, I made one for every single activity that would be beneficial to have the students working together. Okay. So here we are. Okay, so I added this also to our email, and it's also in Schoology for you to have with the other packet to see, okay, do I want to use this Jamboard? She made it for me. Let me go and make a copy. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so now let's do some Jamboarding. So let's go to, so this is, somebody asked me about the iPad. this is what the iPad does. I was showing you originally on my computer, but the iPad allows you with your pencil to be able to organize. This is, I'm using Notability to write on, but I have a Jamboard app. So let me go out of this again. If you guys see down here, does everybody see the J that I have at the bottom of the iPad? Or it's up here too? Everybody see the J? If you download your app, it's right here. There's two places. I can't point at it right now, but it's, you see the J Jamboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you just touch it.
Julia,
Yes.
sorry, I have a quick question. This is Jessica.
Sure.
I'm trying to access the document that you just were showing us earlier, and I went on Schoology and I couldn't find it. What is it?
It's on our email. It's on our email.
I got the email from yesterday, but I haven't received the email with the documents.
It's email.
It was in the email.
Yeah,
The email
email
with
or
the link?
plus earlier email.
Yeah. In the email, you had the agenda, and I also attached all of the documents.
Oh, I didn't get that email then. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they were sent out. It was sent out yesterday if you registered. So, what is your name? Jessica?
Jessica La Rosa.
Oh,
I
hi,
received
Jessica.
it August 10th. The last email from you, I received August 10th.
You know why, Jessica? We were told that El Monte wasn't coming. Hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to pop in just a little bit, which I'm glad. I'm learning so much.
Oh, good. Then I'm going to send it to you. I didn't send it because Hillary said you guys couldn't make it. So I was going to just send you guys the videos.
Oh, okay.
But I'm so happy you're here.
Yes. Thank you so much.
That would explain why you don't have it. Okay. So.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever you can. You don't have to send it now. Thank you so much. I just want to make sure.
Anybody else have a question? Okay. So again, the benefit of having your iPad is that you can download the app, you click on it, and then you see I have all my Jamboards that I made for you guys all here. And the first one I was going to start with, oh, and you can even see the one we did together, the Happy Jam is there, right?
Mr. Chawa.
Here we go. So this is me acting as if you're my class, and we are going to do the categories game. So I'm going to bring up one of the main things that Peter felt should be understood when it comes to the categories game, which is we want students to see the benefit of working together. So after we fill in the categories and the letters, we want them to, I'm sorry, let me drink some. We want them to work alone for 5 minutes and then get into a group so they can see that, wow, in a group, we can get so much more done. And then you make it a competition. Who filled in the more of the squares here? So I already pre-filled a couple of categories. So it's something very, intuitive. I would ask the class, give me 2 more categories, guys. Can someone volunteer 2 more categories that we can put on our game? And you guys can answer.
States.
States, okay. So I'd go in my Jamboard and then I'm just gonna write in states. Okay, next, somebody else?
Celebrities.
Celebrities, perfect. Okay, so we have celebrities. Okay. All right, so a few more letters. We have E, C, 3 more letters.
S.
S.
P.
P. Okay, T. Okay, we got T. All right, so what I would tell the students is like, okay, work on your own. So I'm telling you guys, work on your own. Think of cereals that start with an E, US presidents that start with a C, fill in all of as much as you can by yourself. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes for that.
Is this going to be day 3 or?
Day 1. This is the very first game, first day.
First day.
Just for fun, yeah.
Question. So should I be writing on the screen right now, or?
No, not yet. No, not yet. This is just for you and your own. So you're annotating, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we want the students to be working silently for a few minutes on their own, seeing if they can come up with any of these.
One suggestion, if you have that pen, you need to charge it overnight, otherwise you'll be busted halfway through the class when the pen is not.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so let's say the students, yes, hi Peter.
Yeah, hi. There's a strategy element to this
All right, go ahead.
in that you're going to, when you compare your answers with the other groups, you're going to score more points if you're the only one who came up with an answer.
Ooh, cool.
So if you wrote Clinton down for presidents and the other team wrote Clinton down for presidents, then that's a 1-pointer. But if you had Cleveland as a president and nobody else had it, then you'd get double points for that.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Thank you, Peter. So now why don't we now go into groups? So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, students, you're all going to be put into 6 different groups. Go to the link that I'm about to put in the chat. And then I want you to pay attention to this. If you are in breakout room 1, you will be in tab 1. And then I'm going to duplicate this. Breakout room 2, you will be in tab 2. And then breakout room 3. You see how I'm duplicating now after we wrote in the categories? So do this. Let me see, duplicate. Let's see. 5. Oops. 6. Okay, so you see right in the middle of the session, you go ahead and do your duplicating. So that way the categories are written for everybody and we're all on the same page, you see? So now I'm about to break out and I'm going to put the link in the chat, and then all of you as students go into the matching tab to your breakout number, okay? So let me go do that. Let me see. Let me first give you the link for in the chat. Okay, so here's the chat. Okay, so there it is. You're going to go to that link, but let me break you out into rooms first. You go to the link and go to the correct tab. So now breakout rooms, I'm going to make 6 of them because I made 6 tabs, 6 copies. So I'm going to put 6 rooms. And you are off. Please make sure to join your breakout room. You should have a message asking you to move.
I'll just share what I have. what I see? Because I think I'm able to edit.
Both of them give the same error message.
Okay, we can see your board, Susanna, right? Or who has this board?
Oh, it's me.
Oh, okay.
But
Hi,
it looks
everybody.
like everyone's on
I
different.
think it is important that we have to assign the role of each one.
Yeah.
So because if
This is-
everybody's writing.
Yeah, this is breakout 1, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys should be on the first tab. You see how you guys are on the third? Go to the first one. Yeah, somehow somebody made the grid disappear.
So here is that's the thing, right? So we have to go on the top and pick the tab.
Yes, you see the very
Okay.
top? You're on tab 1. Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready in the right one.
Yes, you guys are in the right one. And so the scribe, this is something I forgot to discuss, but there's group roles that at this moment you can go into the rooms and say who's going to be the one writing. So that way it's not everybody writing, you see? So who wants to be the scribe? Who, if this is not much to reading, but like in the next Jamboard, there's a lot of reading. So a reader, a reporter, an organizer. So the reporter is who talks, right? When I come and ask a question or a summary, then the reporter would speak, you see? So this is something that if you guys are my students, I'd say, okay guys, so who's the scribe?
Yeah.
And then I want to see your name. Please write your name as a scribe. And you're in charge of writing, you see?
Right.
And so I get this kind of everyone in the same mindset that whenever you're working together, there's a role.
And it's hard to write.
Yes, the iPad.
So it has to be an iPad.
Yeah, iPad is the best, but any pen, any tablet will help.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so let's see. Like if I come to yours, if I join you guys and I put here Cheerios. Oops, let me spell Cheerios. So you can see how the iPad writes. Right, there's Cheerios. So it's much easier. I wrote these words with the pen, but you know, since it's a game, hopefully maybe one of your students will be able to write it different.
So Ottilia, all of us will be on our own Jamboard from our own individual computers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then the scribe will be writing from his or her own laptop.
Exactly. And then as you see, who's writing right now? Who is doing this writing?
So who is showing us, who will be sharing with us for everyone to see? Okay,
so you can see yourself on your own computer, right?
Yes, yes.
You see for yourself. And if someone, you don't need to share necessarily your screen because everybody can see each other and see the mutual board. So there really is no need to share.
Oh.
What I mean? Because like right now, I'm a student with you, I'm a partner, and I can see what's happening and I can talk to you. So I don't need to share. Nobody needs to share.
Yeah, but we don't know the writer. We don't know what she's writing. We are talking, but we are not seeing what she's writing.
Okay, well,
because I know that a lot of us are visual.
Yeah, so who's the scribe for our group?
Okay, I think Susan is writing.
Susan is writing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so is it Susanna or Susan?
No, I'm not.
She's not
writing.
Who is writing? Who is doing the writing?
So this shows us the importance of, having a scribe because of the confusion, right? So we need to make sure who wants to be a scribe.
Who has been writing? Someone has been writing. Who shared the screen?
I shared the screen, and I don't know who's writing right now.
Okay, so that's the confusion. So I'm suggesting that the person writing should share the screen so that while she's writing, we're seeing. Otherwise, we'll just be in the dark.
Okay, so you have your own that you can write on, but since she's writing, yeah, we can have her share like she's doing. So, I mean, this is your classroom, Mercy, so that sounds like it makes sense to me. So, sorry?
sticker thing.
Oh, yes. I mean, you may prefer to do the writing in that. I do see that.
Okay.
It's better with the sticky notes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You can click a sticky note and just type it in.
Yeah.
There you go. And then, like you see today, it's kind of clumsy, but maybe with a little bit of practicing it, playing around, it won't be so bad. And then you make decisions like Mercy says, I think maybe the scribe should share screen. That's sensible. So you make that a rule for your class so that, so that works. Okay, so I'm going to go snoop in the other groups, okay?
Okay,
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Oh, what I would like to know is, so who has been writing these?
Awesome.
Wow, hi. This looks good, but you guys have Peter.
Hey, we're all working together.
Very nice. I have a question. Is somebody sharing a screen in your group, or you guys are fine seeing each other and working on your own Jamboard?
I think we're working on our own Jamboard. I actually have it like side by side with the Zoom.
Okay.
And yeah, the Jamboard.
Okay.
What works better?
I don't know. The previous group, they liked the idea of the scribe sharing their screen. But it looks like more than one of you are working here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever works. So that was just something they suggested, that they'd like the scribe to share their screen. But if you guys are getting more done than they are, so maybe this is the way to go.
Okay. Where are we? Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next group. I'll be back.
Where are we? What are we missing?
State with the letter E.
Okay, states.
A cereal with the letter E.
Hi, I see someone's got a pencil.
Oh, who's here?
Or maybe for a state with an S, it could be South Dakota.
Oh, good.
I lost.
Yeah, South Dakota.
I lost my group.
Swank.
What was that, Mirhan?
Group 3. I'm in group 3. I've been writing and it's gone.
This is group 3.
You're in group 3.
Are you in the right tab, Mirhan?
I don't think so, because I was.
You've been helping the enemy.
Group 3, tab 3.
Okay, so I don't know where I am. 1 second.
Okay, now I have a question for your group.
Pennsylvania for P.
Is anybody sharing their screen, or is everybody working on their Jamboard and just talking?
Both.
The screen.
Who's sharing the screen?
And Anthony.
Anybody sharing?
I don't know.
Anthony is sharing his screen.
Oh, got it. Okay, just because I had two groups. One of them felt like they wanted to see a shared screen, and one that thought, no, we're good, and they just wanted to see each other. Just so you can see that there's two different ways.
I'm trying to click on the top tab where it says 3/21.
There you go. That's where the 3 is the tab number. 3 out of 21.
Well, I was writing somewhere. I think I was in the wrong group because I was writing names. All of a sudden, it disappeared.
Oh, I don't know. Try writing something here.
No, I cannot write with what I see right now. It's not my group.
Okay.
Yes.
How will I have been able to write if I want to write something in this place?
You could either use an iPad and a pencil, or any tablet or a mouse, or like a trackpad, like you see, like whatever it is your computer uses, the mouse version, whether it's a trackpad or the mouse, you can kind of use to write as well. It won't look as nice as having a pencil, but that's okay. You can get it across.
Yeah, but I wanted to write something. I didn't know how to write it on my.
Do you have
I have a laptop.
Okay, so do you have a mouse with it, or do you have that little pad? What kind of?
Just the little thing that
Okay, so the cursor is your writing tool. But you have to, I believe you have to hit this right here. You see where it says that pen mark? Click on that and then use that little pointer to kind of guide yourself in writing. If you want to try.
Okay, I see.
Kate, how are we on time? Sorry. Is she there? No.
We need 2 more celebrities. We should be able to come up with that. But
Sorry, Ottilia, did you ask me something?
Yes. How much time do we have?
Let me go over here. So it's 11:40. You have 5 more minutes.
5 more. Oh, wow. Okay. So let me go through. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm about to take out the breakout rooms. And so.
But we have a break until 12. So even if you go to 11:50, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. All right. So keep working, guys. I'm going to go into the other groups.
Ottilia, what room am I in? I cannot go to my group.
No, you are in your group, Miran.
Right. Well, how come I cannot use the pencil to write anything?
Because you need to use the Jamboard. You need to use it in the browser, not in the shared screen.
Okay. Let me go to.
So you have to
chat.
open the Jamboard in the browser rather than trying to write on it in the shared screen. These are all conversations you're going to enjoy having with your students. So we all owe a debt of gratitude to our colleagues for debugging us now.
You have to go to Google and open a different Jamboard or what?
So it's probably you're on the wrong tab.
Let me go.
So we need 2 more celebrities, one with an E and one with a C.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Oh, look at you guys. Wow.
Yeah, we got the president. That's great.
Eisenhower, duh. Fantastic. Okay, so you all need a state. So East. Oops, somebody moved it. East. Can you say Eastern? Like.
Because if you have to click back and forth, that's a lot.
Right. Or just say like if you got the Cubs, then cross it out and you only get 1 point or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So we would have to be doing
It's a lot of work for the students. So
What was that, Leilani?
It's a lot of work for students. It will take them a long time. Maybe the whole period. They will spend the whole period here.
And then also, do we say no Google searching, you know, like we did?
You don't know if you do it or not. You can never.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Going okay, Ottilia.
It looks good.
We're changing from a student cap to a teacher cap on, and we're just talking about the strategies and stuff.
The sticky notes are the way to go, is what it's everybody.
Yeah, we started struggling, me trying to write with the mouse, and then someone said sticky notes, and we were like, oh yeah, that's right.
That looks really neat in sticky note. Okay, cool. All right, so we're almost running out of time. So pretty soon we'll be leaving, and we'll see if we can have some help in the scoring. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's another thing. So should we explain to the student, oh, you can use the sticky note, or let them find it out for themselves? Do you think?
I almost want them to like struggle a little bit, and especially if this is like week 1, that's gonna be their first time with Jamboard. And I don't know, do you like show them an introductory video to Jamboard?